So as you can see here, I already made a video on reacting to the Echoes of Aincrad system trailer, but the video didn't capture the audio. So yeah, so instead of that, I'll just talk more about the system trailer. Alright, welcome to another Echoes of Aincrad video. I'm making this video 2 times now, so this one I'll just be talking about what we can learn more from the system trailer, even though it was supposed to be a reaction video, but well, it is what it is. So in the system trailer, Bandai decided to show us more snippets and basically telling us the basic things in the game. And yeah, let's just go straight into it of what we learned already and what we learned new. So in this one, for example, we're in the character customization, and yeah, you can see a little bit more here. There might be of the body type A, type B thing. Then you can have the body slider to change like maybe the height or how muscular the character be. And then in this hair option, you can change a very many variety of hairs, and it looks really nice, most of them. A lot of base colors as well, and hair color too. Here you can see that there's a little bit of a highlight on the hair. You can have that too. There's eyelashes, the underside of the eye, the eyes, nose, mouth, and just accessories, something like that. And then you have, of course, the voice. Here I think is enough in my opinion to just justify the character customization thing. I know a lot of people want it, so yeah, I think this is a lot better. The last time we have a this good was in Fatal Bullet, and that does not have that much option. So seeing this and having this much, I like it, you know. I'm enjoying it. And yeah, I know it's not as detailed as like other games, like with, you know, the nose slider or something like that. Maybe there is, I don't know. But from the looks of it, it's enough like this. And yeah, that's the first few minutes of the system trailer video. And then you can see here, there's a lot of different places that they're showing, like a desert, a ruin, and then an underground cave. It looks amazing. I don't know how people can say that this game looks bad. I think this game looks amazing, especially SAO standards. So in here, they're telling us about the maps and the mapping of the world. You can look around and find more chests. You can find some dungeons with your partner, and after that, the combat is what we have learned already, you know, the HP gauge, stamina gauge, SP gauge, you know, those kind of things. And then how switch works. So in this specific game, the switch works on basically how the enemy targets you. For example, the enemy targets you, and if you press switch, your partner will attack the enemy, and the enemy will be focused on your partner instead. There may be a bonus on the hits of the switches. I do not really know. They did not say specifically here. And yeah, they teach us on how basically to use skill, on how status effect works, how to drink potions. And yeah, the next after that, the weapon types. There's a lot, of course, but sadly there is no spear yet, or a dual blade, or the claws from here at least. Maybe there will be some in the future, like a future update if they were to have like a different floor or maybe like that. But from the looks of it, right now, this is what we're having. The mace, heavy axe, the dual hand blade, the one-handed sword, something like that, and the daggers. So I think that's already good. You know, of course, more people want more variety on weapons, and I think that we will get it someday. But not now. So for now, that's as much as we can have right now. And then for the partners, so far from the looks of it, we only have 6. Maybe we will gain more friends in the future, which is most likely. And for the partners, they have a lot of different, basically, playability, or how do you say this, more of like different ways to approach enemy with different partners as well. For example, Iori is more of a blade, and maybe she's not more of a, what's it called, healing type of a partner. So you might have to approach enemies differently. Maybe try not to be a bit more hasty, maybe try to keep things calm, rather than maybe with some partner who can heal you, you know. And in here, in this specific trailer, they did not confirm online or any co-op or even local or multiplayer, something like that. which is very sad to hear, I know, but hopefully one day they decided to do something with that. But from the looks of it, I don't think they're gonna try anything new. And then there's the growth system, where you can increase the vitality, the endurance, mind, strength, dexterity, agility, and intelligence. So each of the stats have different purposes, of course. For example, strength. Strength affects strength-based weapons and defenses. So maybe strength works best on like claymore or basically just two-handed swords. While if you want like a build for your one-handed sword, maybe dexterity or agility is the best. So of course there's a lot of variety for this growth. I think from the way I see it, this is you can maximize every single attributes here with enough points. Of course you need to grind each of them, and that may take a long time, but it is possible, or maybe it's more limited than we thought. You know, for example, you can only upgrade a few there's a cap on the growth of the attributes, so that means that you need to make a different build if you want to upgrade a specific for example attributes. Maybe your attributes right now is on the vitality, strength, and dexterity, for example, like a two-handed sword or a huge axe build. And if you want to upgrade, for example, the endurance, you can reset the points. You can reset the growth points. You can get everything back, and then you can basically spend more points on different attributes and have different weapon to choose from. And I think that works best, although I don't really mind either if you can just maximize everything. And then for the next one, we'll see a little bit of a new outfit as well, the assassin, what's it called, stuff, ailment build. This is what they said. So as you can see here, there's the assassin's knife, the robe, the gloves. So we don't really go too much into detail of the outfits and the shield. We go a bit more on the sword here, or the weapons. For example, here the assassin's knife has a very high agility, a medium intelligence, and pretty bad strength and dexterity. And if you can see here, there's an X mod. Now an X mod is more like what's it called, a side stats for each weapon. If you guys play Genshin, or maybe if you guys play Wuthering Waves or something like that, it's just like how each what's it called, artifacts or maybe echoes or other builds has like other stats, substats, like crit rate, crit damage, attack, or something like that. And in this case, it has the same as well, but it works on a weapon. This is what we know. The X mod works on the weapon. Maybe it can work on the armor set. Maybe it can work on the gloves, on the shield, but they only show specifically on the weapon. Of maybe if I was wrong, you can just comment down, you know. For example, this one, the X mod, it has extra damage, 14%, status effect infliction plus 16%, and status effect resistant plus 14%, damage to enemies with status effect plus 14%. This deals crazy damage if your enemy have an ailment status. For example, they have a poison, and you can deal more damage with that with this weapon because you have the specific X mod for it. And with this specific X mod, the enemies with like different attacks with status effects may not deal that much, since you have a resistance of it. And yeah, they show two builds here, the ailment and the regeneration build. For the regeneration build, well, as you can tell, you can just regenerate most of the time with specific like attacks or maybe different scenarios. Of course, not all the time. So those are the two examples they gave. So there's regeneration and ailment, and of course there's a lot more. There's speed builds, probably there is like a one-hit build maybe. So there's a lot to uncover, but as of now, that's as far as we know from the system trailer. So what they're telling us from this specific trailer is just the most basic thing, and I think that's okay, because like there will be new players who will come to this game learning more about it. And yeah, I think it's really cool. So from this whole video, it's nice to see that they're trying to get more players to understand the game, on how basically Switch work, X mods work, how the world works, how maybe the partner works as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed this trailer. You can pre-order the game right now. It comes out on July 10th, and yeah, the dev game mode is locked behind the ultimate or maybe the deluxe edition. You can get it after you beat the game, but if you want to get it, you want to play it at the very start, you can get the ultimate or the deluxe edition. If you get the ultimate edition of the game, you can have the special anime, which means the movie, which that's called Unanswered Butterfly. And yeah, I think that's worth the price. You know, you can have a great, hopefully great game, a dev game mode, an expansion DLC, and then you have a movie come with it with the digital soundtrack and art book, and of course some armor packs and all those. So yeah, that's what we learned so far from the system trailer. Not much, but you know, good enough. You know, it's nice to see more news of it. Someday I hope they show a lot more than this, but I feel like if they show more, it'll be in the spoiler territory and they'll just be spoiling everything. So I think this is good enough for before the game released. Maybe one more trailer in like Summer Game Fest or State of Play or maybe Xbox Showcase. Maybe one more trailer before the release. That'll be great. That will increase the hype, especially Bandai. You know, Bandai is a huge name. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on to the next one. Goodbye.